The long-delayed Dune TV series has finally released its first teaser trailer, and I'm going to go over everything we know about Dune Prophecy. Originally, the show was going to be called Dune Sisterhood, similar to the book it's based on. This is evident in the trailer as well for how often sisterhood is referenced. Dune Sisterhood is a part of the expanded Dune universe, co-written by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. Brian Herbert is the biological son of Frank Herbert, author of the Dune saga. A fair amount of people in the Dune fandom don't consider the expanded Dune universe canon. I have not read Dune Sisterhood yet, but from what I'm hearing, this will not be a one-to-one adaptation. Instead, it will be inspired by the book, retaining the core characters whilst adding new ones. Dune Sisterhood is the first book in the Schools of Dune trilogy, which in itself is a sequel series to the Legends of Dune trilogy. So should the show perform well, there is a lot of material to pull from and remix for future seasons. Originally, when this show was first proposed, the Dune Part 1 and 2 director Denis Villeneuve was going to direct the pilot episode and have some sort of creative involvement in the show as a whole. This fell through likely because filming Part 2 took all of his focus, along with all the other shakeups happening around the series. Dune Prophecy will act as an origin story to the Bene Gesserit, which actually ties in well to the trilogy Denis is creating, since for better or worse, he has brought the Bene Gesserit to the forefront in his adaptations. After numerous shufflings, it is now Alison Shapker who is credited as showrunner and writer for Dune Prophecy. Now, it's hard to tell by looking at her filmography how much Alison has actually done for each of these other projects, but her resume is quite impressive, having done work on some of the most popular series over the past 25 years, and somehow managing to have their hand in some of the most well-known science fiction television series such as Fringe, Altered Carbon, and Westworld. Anna Forster directed at least a few of the episodes and has done work on numerous popular TV series, as well as having directed Underworld Blood Wars, which was an okay film. I'm now going to quickly read through each of the characters' descriptions as reported by Deadline and Variety to give you some sort of familiarity to the cast before breaking down the teaser trailer. The main characters of this series are Valya and Tula, Harkonnen sisters played by Emily Watson and Olivia Williams. There is a younger actor, Jessica Barden, cast as having played young Valya Harkonnen, indicating that there will be flashbacks of her childhood. Jodhi May plays Empress Natalya, a formidable royal who united thousands of worlds in her marriage to Emperor Corrino. Sarah-Sofie Boussnina plays Princess Ynez, an independent princess dealing with the pressures of her responsibility as heir to the Golden Lion throne. Shalom Brune Franklin plays Michaela, a strong-willed Fremen woman who serves the royal family while longing for a home planet she's never known. Elan Cunningham plays Sister Jin, a fierce, unpredictable acolyte in training at the Sisterhood School who rarely reveals her emotional core. Aoife Hines plays Sister Emmeline, a zealous acolyte descended from a long line of martyrs who carries fervent religion to her training at the Sisterhood. Chloe Leah plays Lila, the youngest acolyte at the Sisterhood School with a deep empathy beyond her years. Travis Fimmel plays Desmond Hart, a charismatic soldier with an enigmatic past who seeks to gain the Emperor's trust at the expense of the Sisterhood. Interestingly, according to IMDb, Travis Fimmel has credit for 6 episodes while everyone else has 2 to 4 episodes. Not sure how accurate it is, but taken at face value, this means he has the most screen time. Mark Strong plays Emperor Javicco Corrino, a man from a great line of wartime emperors who is called upon to govern the Imperium and manage a fragile peace. Jade Anouka plays Sister Theodosia, a talented and ambitious acolyte at the Sisterhood who harbors a dangerous secret about her past. Chris Mason plays Kieran Atreides, a swordmaster to a great house whose ambition to live up to his family name is disrupted when he forms an unexpected connection to a member of the royal family. Josh Heuston plays Constantine Corrino, the illegitimate son of Javicco who is torn between seeking his father's approval and his own happiness. Edward Davis plays Harrow Harkonnen, a rising politician from a once great family who harbors a strong desire to elevate his house to its former glory. Taboo plays Sister Francesca, the Emperor's former lover whose return to the palace strains the balance and power in the capital. Jihei plays Reverend Mother Kasha, the Emperor's Truthsayer whose loyalty to the Sisterhood is challenged. The teaser trailer is very short, clocking in at 1 minute and 34 seconds, and I think it actually did a fairly good job at least in getting me interested in a series that I wasn't sure was ever going to see the light of day. Being a teaser, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to break down, although maybe if I had read the book I could pick up on some more stuff. To me, the trailer seems pretty straightforward. It opens with Valya Harkonnen doing a voiceover saying how
10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, before the universe would know us as the Bene Gesserit, we founded a sisterhood.
The images shown during this section is some sort of a prayer ceremony possibly taking place before the Sisterhood is formed, a ship landing on a planet presumably where the Sisterhood is first formed, and some sort of a possible funeral procession. Valya then goes on to say,
signed to the great houses to help them sift truth from lies.
And we see who appears to be Desmond Hart approach Emperor Javicco Corrino on his throne. Now, according to the character summaries I've read, Javicco is governing the Imperium and managing a fragile peace, while Desmond seeks to gain the Emperor's trust at the expense of the Sisterhood. This could be depicting their first meeting. Now, directly after this, the camera pivots to who I assume is Reverend Mother Cassia, the Emperor's Truthsayer. She is likely assisting the Emperor during his meeting with Desmond, and this shows us that the Sisterhood is already in full effect at this time. Although we also know that Cassia's loyalty to the Sisterhood is challenged, so perhaps she is torn between her loyalty to the Sisterhood and the Emperor she serves. Next, Valya goes on to say how
we created a network of influence throughout the Imperium, but power comes with a price.
During this section, we see the Emperor hugging who I assume is Sister Francesca, who is the Emperor's former lover, and whose return to the palace strains the balance of power in the capital. It's hard to see her face from this distance, but since she seems a bit younger and their embrace seems at least somewhat intimate, it makes sense. The scene then transitions to Valya overlooking something from a window vantage point. From here, Valya continues saying how
a sister on the throne. Nothing is more important, and this is the marriage that makes it possible.
We then see what appears to be some sort of a wedding ceremony between a young boy and who appears to be Sister Ferris, of whom I have no information on. Based on the dialogue though, this marriage secures the Bene Gesserit to a greater seat of power. During the ceremony, some sort of a golden contraption is opened, revealing red berries. Not sure if this has any significance beyond being a part of the marriage ritual. The dialogue then switches to Sister Theodosia, according to the official closed captioning, warning Valya, presumably, that
this is us playing God, and we will be judged for it.
The only thing revealed to us about Theodosia is that she is an acolyte harboring a dangerous secret in her past. She appears to be the voice of reason, challenging Valya. The scenes during this dialogue shows a concerned Theodosia pleading with Valya. An eerie voice then whispers,
Valya Harkonnen.
And we see a variety of shots showing that this show has more than just political intrigue, flashing through scenes of action and intimacy. The trailer ends with Valya sitting on a throne and her voiceover saying,
sisterhood above all.
It is then revealed that the show will air this fall on Max. During the quick onslaught of scenes at the end of the trailer, we see who I believe is Kieran Atreides, a swordmaster training with Princess Ynez. We then, I'm fairly sure, see them again getting intimate in a steamy bedroom scene. This is obviously me guessing, but it makes sense because according to the summaries, Kieran forms an unexpected connection to someone of the royal family, and we know that Princess Ynez is an independent princess dealing with the pressures of being heir to the Golden Lion throne. There is also a quick action shot showing some combat in an unknown location with Desmond Hart overseeing the onslaught. We also see a quick tease of a snowy outdoor scene with two cloaked figures where one appears to be carrying a package of some sort. Wild guess here that it's the pain box that the Bene Gesserit used to test for humanity. I mean, it's the right size, and whoever made this trailer made a point to show this scene specifically, so it seems a reasonable enough guess. There are also multiple shots showing what appears to be a medical room with a woman lying on a table arching her back from pain, possibly from a pregnancy. There is an audience of people watching, and I cannot tell who the woman is. In a different shot, close to this scene, we see a very quick look of Valya showing a bit of terror on her face whilst backing away. I can't guarantee that all of this is correct, but I feel fairly confident in this breakdown. So the ultimate question is, should you even care about this show? And right now, I would say yes. There's enough here that I'm at the very least intrigued. Now, is watching this show imperative to your understanding of Denny's trilogy of movies? No, I don't believe so. This definitely appears to be very loosely connected, meant to mostly serve as an origin story to the Bene Gesserit, who are at the forefront of Denny's movies. The most I could see it actually connecting the threads between the two, aside from costume and set design, is that since they changed the name to Dune Prophecy, maybe we see the Bene Gesserit sow the seeds of the prophecy of the Kwisatz Haderach on Arrakis. This seems a bit early for that, but I'm not familiar with the source material, and according to the character summaries, there is a Fremen character named Michaela yearning for the homeworld they've never known. Also, the official synopsis of the show on Legendary's website references Arrakis. The synopsis goes as follows.
Dune Prophecy is told through the eyes of a mysterious order of women known as the Bene Gesserit. Given extraordinary abilities by their mastery of the body and the mind, the Bene Gesserit expertly weave through the feudal politics and intrigue of the Imperium, pursuing plans of their own that will ultimately lead them to the enigmatic planet Arrakis, known to its inhabitants as Dune.
Based on the vibes of the trailer and the potential for a lot of political intrigue mixed with action, I am certainly hopeful. Especially since I am someone in the minority who actually really enjoyed Heretics of Dune and Chapter House Dune, which are very Bene Gesserit-centric books. I think I'll go ahead and read through Sisterhood and familiarize myself with the source material this is pulling from to more accurately do a trailer breakdown when the first full-length trailer is released. Although it appears half of these characters are original creations for the show. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing for more Dune and sci-fi fantasy related content. Until next time.